What to expect when a narcissist knows you have them figured out. The moment you shatter the facade. It can feel earth-shattering to finally see through the false image of a narcissist and recognize the emotional manipulator behind the mask. Perhaps for years you were under their spell, believing the lies and projections. But now, in a moment of painful clarity, you see the truth. The devoted partner vanishes, exposing a scheming imposter willing to exploit anyone. Once you distinguish the real predator behind the virtuous illusion, it's shocking and devastating. The person you thought you knew never even existed. You mourn the loss of that illusion and what might have been. Beneath the theatrical veneer was a destructive, selfish person who pursued their own agenda at your expense through exploitation, deceit, and control. When this realization first hits, you may feel detached from reality and grapple to understand how you were so deceived. You trusted someone incapable of authentic human connection. It can leave you devastated, confused, and untrusting of your own judgment. But you must remember the narcissist is the defective one, not you. Healthy people seek equal caring bonds, not control. You were open and vulnerable while they were ruthlessly calculating. Seeing through their deception is a major breakthrough toward reclaiming your freedom and self-determination. When the narcissist senses you seeing through them. A narcissist's entire sense of pride and superiority depends on their targets continuing to believe their projected image. So when they sense you seeing past their illusions, recognize their manipulations, and perhaps even labeling them a narcissist, it's catastrophic for them. They've lost their power over you. Here's what you can expect. Rage at exposure. The narcissist may explode in envious rage when their flaws and tactics are pointed out or their reputation threatened. They cannot stand anyone truly knowing and exposing them. This unmasking threatens their entire public image, triggering fearsome rage. Intense gaslighting. They will deny, minimize, and distort the truth to the extreme in an effort to make you question your own sanity rather than face reality. They may phrase it in ways to make you feel unstable for making such claims against them. Character smearing. They may launch a preemptive attack on your credibility and character with others in the shared community in order to discredit anything you might reveal about them. They rally flying monkeys and crave sympathy. Constant projection. Their go-to reflex will be to continually blame you for their own flaws, tactics, and misdeeds in an effort to divert responsibility and make you look culpable. Everything gets flipped back onto you. Increased abuse tactics. Once they know their deception no longer works on you, the gloves come off. They drop the pretense of being a caring person and escalate overtly controlling and abusive behaviors to keep you timid and off balance. The monster reveals itself, turning others against you. The narcissist cannot let your awakening stand without punishment. They will tell carefully crafted lies to family, friends, colleagues, or smear you publicly to isolate you and undermine your stability. Their campaign aims to ruin support systems. Retaliatory vendettas. Hell hath no fury like a narcissist scorned. They cannot let your knowledge of their true self stand unchallenged. So they seek vengeance by trying to sabotage your reputation, career, or relationships in retaliation for daring to expose them. Why exposure enrages them? The narcissist's inflated but fragile ego simply cannot handle being accurately seen for the haughty, deficient manipulator they really are beneath the humble martyr act. Here's why being unmasked elicits their wrath. Shatters their false self-image. Your clarity directly confronts their elaborate, inflated image of themselves as omnipotent, ideal, and superior human beings. This contradicts the grandiose fiction they resentfully cling to, forces them to face their emptiness. Being truly seen forces them to briefly face the bleak, empty void within themselves they constantly steer away from. Your rejection of their false image echoes their suppressed self-loathing, confirms their contradictions. They sacrifice so much energy pretending to have virtues directly contradicted by their actions. You seeing this hypocrisy directly challenges their dissonant internal charade, exposes their deceit. They put tremendous work into deceiving people with their saintly, blameless exterior. Your awareness of their deceit and manipulation ruins their whole illusion and forces accountability, shows their loss of power. Your refusal to keep buying their projected image despite their mind games signals their loss of control over you and threatens their ability to exploit targets in the future, humiliates their ego. Nothing offends a narcissist as much as being revealed to others as the weak, hostile, insecure fraud they are rather than the superior being they pretend to be. Why they lash out. Essentially, seeing through their act humiliates and overwhelms narcissists with shame. This exposes their true damaged selves that they desperately avoid. To reconcile their wounded pride, they lash out. Punish you for knowing the truth. They resent you for exposing what they work so hard to conceal. So they hurt you to reestablish dominance and deter further truth-telling. Reassert their superiority. They must convince you and themselves they are still the powerful, authoritative one and not the weak failure you rightfully see them to be. Cast themselves as the victim. They cannot be the bad guy, so they aggressively blame you for their own repulsive actions to appear morally superior and keep validation. Discredit your assessment of them. Since your clarity threatens their entire psyche, they set out to destroy your credibility through gaslighting, projection, and convincing others you're unstable. Preserve their false image. They lie and retaliate in order to preserve their saint's image, and destroy evidence exposing them as the conniving narcissist they are. Avoid taking responsibility. They'd rather punish you than reflect on their issues. By making you look like the problem, they entirely deflect responsibility and vilify you instead. Regaining your power. While the narcissist's attacks are fearsome, have compassion for the torturous self-delusion they live trapped inside that compels them to lie, exploit, and destroy beauty. Their disorder is their own living punishment. You regained your freedom and truth. Now continue disengaging, realigning with reality, finding support, and rebuilding on your terms. The narcissist's approval was an illusion anyway. Now you can finally approve of yourself. You deserve so much better. If you found this video helpful in understanding what happens when a narcissist senses you recognizing their manipulation, please share it with someone you know who is looking for clarity on their toxic relationship patterns. Getting free of narcissistic abuse starts with understanding the disorder. Please also subscribe to our channel for more resources on healing from narcissistic relationships, setting empowered boundaries, and discovering your true worth. Together we can support each other in breaking free of narcissistic manipulation, reclaiming our self-trust, and thriving in compassionate, mutually fulfilling relationships.